This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me. As always, it is very much appreciated. I hope you are all well, heading towards the end of September 2025. This video will be on my own personal YouTube channel. I think it is another Classic Watch 25 possible. We're not really far away now from Classic Watch 26. We've had some very interesting results out in Australia in the past fortnight. The Newman horses really are coming to the fore. It's just whether they're going to be allowed to run in the races that I have targeted them at. And then that will soon. So hopefully Classic Watch 26 will soon be underway, as I think the first classics in Australia, the Guineas in New South Wales, are in the middle of next month, and we've also got the what's it called as well, the New Zealand Guineas as well, that are in November. So a very interesting time this is. It's Art Weekend this coming up weekend as well, where again the Newman horses seem to be dominating the market. We've got 3 or 4 years worth now of older horses. You know, is it any wonder that they are starting to take over a bit? You know, that was the plan. So let's start moving forward now then, and let's look at another Classic Watch possible for 2025. This one is based in Japan. But before we start taking a look at the horses, where can people find the great site? classicwatch25.great/site.net is where the site that cannot be missed can be found. You know, how anybody is doing horse racing regularly and consistently well without looking at this site is beyond me. Well, you just have to read Twitter to know that they're not. You know, that's it. That's just how it is. classicwatch25.great/site.net. People will see the arenas are there now, well established. Japanese, USA, UK, Ireland, France, and Germany this year. The Roll of Honour is not as updated as we would like. It never is, really. There's always horses winning and trying to catch us out. So what I try to do is I try to update it at the end of the year, and then that can't happen, can it? Probably the last horse put on the site was the UK St Leger winner, Scandinavia. But you'll see there that the Roll of Honour is there, and to just look at all the horses, you just click on the links, USA, UK, Ireland. It really couldn't be simpler. I've tried to make it as easy as possible for everyone to use the site, and then it's just a matter of watching the videos on all the horses and waiting for them to run. The horse we're going to take a look at today, well, I would love to tell you that it was one I was keeping an eye on all along, and I was just waiting for it to run, possibly in the final Japanese Classic of the year, the St Leger. But unfortunately, that isn't true, and I'm quite disappointed in myself as well, because it's fulfilled a lot of my criteria that I use. You know, so this one I have, and it's beaten one of mine twice. You know, the third. So I did miss this one. It's fair to say it's related to plenty of horses I have followed in Australia. You know, so I really should have picked this one up. No excuses at all. But it hasn't been too costly. We've got there in the end. It's done the job in a Japanese Group 2 race this season. So the horse in question is Eri King. Eri King, sired by Kizuna, out of a dam called Youngstar, who herself was sired by High Chaparral. The horse was sold at the 2023 select sale for 231 million yen, owned by Sasumu Fujita and trained by Mitsumasa Nakauchida. That's a good one, isn't it? Breeding, Northern Farm bred the horse, and so far the horse in the JRA has earned 141.35 million. So only another 90 million to go before they get their money back. You see there the race. The horse has won the 2025 Kobe Shimbunai Group 2 race. That was the race that he beat one of mine in Giovanni recently. That was in the 25th of September. But if people take a look at the horse, they'll see that it was always a classic horse. I don't know how I missed it. Finished 11th in the Japanese 2000 Guineas, and the horse finished 5th in the Japanese Derby as well, the Tokyo Yushin. So this horse has already ran in 2 classics. The horse has also won its first 3 races, which is another thing that I look for, including a Group 3 Nisai race. The horse was also a winner of the Group 3 Radio Nikkei High Kyoto Nisai Stakes last season, which again, I cannot believe I didn't pick this horse up. But I haven't. I must have been so confident in the ones that I had. You know, this one has earned its place, though. It's also winner of an open race on its second start, the Nojikigu Stakes, held at Chukyo, I think that is. So you see there, the horse has won 4 out of his 6 races. The only time the horse has been beaten is in a classic. Yeah, it's a good horse. Look at the odds it's been going off at. Look, odds on for its first 3 starts, and then it wasn't really fancied in the classic. Good, we didn't win there. Oh, that's how confident I was that I had both races, and I did have. Museum Mile won the Guineas, and a Quad d'Or won the Derby. But yeah, and then it went back to a 2.7 shot, still against the 3-year-olds in the Kobe Shinbun High, and managed to win the race. Luckily for us, which gave us an opportunity to get the horse on side, and I have taken it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the horse on the racing post quickly. You'll see there that it's run behind Quad d'Or on the racing post. It's his best run. Racing post rating of 110. The horse gained for finishing 5th in the Japanese Derby, beaten 3 3/4 lengths by Quad d'Or. It's one of 93 behind Museum Mile. Looks a bit low. And so too, it's one of 100 in the Group 3 Satono Nisai Stakes. And they didn't even bother rating the race that he has just won, the Shinbun High. And they've missed 2 of his runs out. Apart from that, the racing post has got a good handle on this horse for the English people. What can people say? So let's 110 is the rating on the racing post. People look at the horse on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database, Eri King. They will see that the horse has had 6 starts, 4 wins, and has earned 141.348 million yen. Everything looking pretty spot on there. There's his victories in the Nochikigu, the Kyoto Nisai Stakes, and the Kobe Shinbun High. Group 2, Group 3, and open race winner. Next race, according to that, is the Kikuka Show on October the 26th, which is the Japanese St. Leger. So it'll be interesting to see if this horse does turn up. You'll see from the dam line there, it is dam line 1S. If people look on the Thoroughbred Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database, they will see that the horse is dam line 1S. So that is what we're interested in. What we're going to do today is we're going to end the video by watching the horse win 3 races. We're going to watch the horse win first time out. We're going to watch the horse win the Group 3 as well, the Nisai Stakes. And then we're going to watch the horse win the Kobe Shinbun High Group 2 race in 2005. But before that, we're going to give it the Newman treatment. We're going to take it. We're going to go as far back as we feel like going back, and we will try and strengthen our case to see if this horse is a classic horse, even though it's already ran in 2 classics. This horse has got very few questions to answer, it's fair to say. This horse is not virtually, you'd have to say that it's ran in 2 classics. It's won its first 3. It's come back after losing 2 classics and got back on the winning trail. You know, this horse has got very, very little questions to answer. Is the pedigree there? So that's all we need to do, really. I'm assuming the way you know these videos work now, we're going to go through a few dams, like I said, and we're going to have a real proper look at the pedigree of this horse and see what people have. We're going to start with the dam of the horse, Young Star, an Australian bred mare, born in 2014, sired by High Chaparral out of Star Spangled. Young Star raced 26 times in her career, 4 wins, 2 seconds and 4 thirds, finishing in the first 3 in 10 of her 26 starts, managing to earn $1,039,087 Australian dollars. This horse really, to finish 10 out of 26, just goes to show how competitive Australian racing is. Anybody who is successful out there on a regular basis really is either very good or very lucky. Young Star, it was a good horse in her own right. People will see that she was a Queensland Oaks winner of 2018. So we have the first dam is a classic winner. She also won the Group 2 Doomben Roses of 2018. She was also second in the 2018 Turnbull and third in the 2018 Queensland Derby. Well, I'm going to say against the Geldings, because that is what tends to have happened in the last couple of years. The horse has also finished second in the Randwick City Stakes and also finished third, in the ATC Shannon Stakes. Over 15 metres held at Rose Hill. A Group 2 race. That's not a bad effort, is it, for this horse? But like I said, the horse managed to win a Group 1 and a Group 2 race, including a Classic, and was sold for 1.4 million Australian dollars to Katsumi Yoshida. First foal in 2022. We also already know through Eri King that she is a Group 2 producer. Fillies by Contrail and Equinox coming up. Oh dear. So they're hardly easing off, are they? It's fair to say. But yeah, very good solid dam. The first horse. I never actually followed Young Star in her career. She had already finished going round, really. But I did follow this one in Australia, Tafani. A mare born in 2015, sired by Ocean Park out of Baggy Green. People will see that Star Spangled is the dam of this one, Young Star, and she is Star Spangled, the second dam of Tafani. Baggy Green is also out of Star Spangled. Tafani, quite a similar record to the dam of this horse, really. 30 starts, 8 wins, 5 seconds and 4 thirds. So she was 17 times out of 30 starts in the first 3, earning 3,692,470 Australian dollars in her career. She was probably a little bit better. Look, she managed to win 6 races. She won the Group 1 All-Age Stakes at Randwick in 2020. She also won the 2021 Stradbroke Handicap at Eagle Farm. She also won the Tassels Tiara at Eagle Farm. She also won the Colton Orr Stakes. The CF is not Colton Orr, is it? Colton Orr is an ice hockey player. CF Orr Stakes in 2022, another Group 1 race. And she also won a couple of Group 3s. She won the Northwood Plume Stakes and the Begonia Bell Stakes of 2019. 4-time Group 1 winner, Tafani. She was also second in 2 more Group 1s, the Torak Handicap and the All-Age Stakes. And she was third in the Galaxy, and she was also third in the MRC Futurity Stakes. What people are seeing in this, though, is not many classics. She didn't run in many classics in Australia, but in them days I wasn't really about the classics as much as I am now. I was just looking for pack race winners to ease myself in, learning through the form book and the pedigrees of the horses in all these different countries. And yeah, this was one I landed on, and she did me proud, really, it's fair to say. Very good horse, Tafani. I never followed this one either. No Compromise, a gelding, born in 2016. This one was sired by Pins out of Baggy Green again. So the similar pedigree to Tafani. No Compromise had 47 starts in his career, 7 wins, 7 places and 9 thirds. So again, 23 of 47 starts in the first 3, and the horse earned 173,087 New Zealand dollars and 1,029,925 Australian dollars in his career. No Compromise, very good horse, winner of the 2022 Metropolitan Handicap Group 1 held at Randwick, and the horse was also winner of the Eni Manion Cup Group 3 race in 2,400, placed in the Zabeel Classic in Pukeko, which I think is in New Zealand, and the horse was also third in the 2024 Livermore Classic in Tirapa, placed at Randwick as well, the Group 2 Chelmsford Stakes, Group 3 Newcastle Cup and the listed Carrington Stakes. Again, look, people will notice though, that this is, despite winning a Group 1 and a Group 3, there's not many classics. But there's a Beale Classic, I'm not sure that is one. Looking at the distance, we'll judge that race if and when we see it this season. But yeah, this is another decent horse though, another millionaire. Every horse we've looked at on this line so far has been a millionaire, hasn't it? Let's see if we can continue the run, can we? With Bradman. Oh, just short. Bradman, another gelding, born in 2017, sired by Pins again, out of Baggy Green. This is another one, out of Baggy Green. Bradman raced 60 times in his career, 9 wins, 12 seconds and 12 thirds, 33 out of 60 starts in the first 3. Horse only managing to earn 350,000 517 New Zealand dollars, though, in all these races. So this one is clearly the worst one we've seen this far. Who only managed to win the listed flying handicap at Trentham. Was placed in another 3 listed races, as well as placed in the Group 3 twice. Placed in the 2024 and 2024 and 2025 Winter Cup, which was a Group 3 race held at Riccarton. So dual Group 3 place, listed winner, Bradman. But yeah, probably the worst we have seen out of the ones we've looked at so far. I did follow this one going around a few times. Benno, I remember backing this one a few times. Benno was a gelding born in 2018, sired by Reliable Man out of Baggy Green again. Baggy Green, obviously Australian cricket hat. Benno, the captain of Richie Benno, Star Spangled and User Friendly. Star Spangled is the second dam of this horse as well. Benno, who never really won the races I thought he should. 23 races in his career, 3 wins, 4 seconds and a third. So only 8 of 23 starts in the first 3. But the horse did manage to earn 772,480 Australian dollars. You'll see there Benno won the listed Wyong Gold Cup of 2023. Was placed in a classic though, placed in the 2022 ATC Australian Derby and placed in 2 more Group 3 races, the Kingston Town Stakes placed twice, and was also placed in the Gloaming Stakes of 2021. So the horse was Group 1 and dual Group 3 placed, listed winner, and placed in a classic. But yeah, I backed it a few times and never really thought it deserved, had the form that the horse deserved, and a lot of his relatives deserved, to be fair to him. I definitely followed this one going round. Fun Star, a mare born in 2016, sired by Adelaide out of Star Spangled herself. So this one not out of Baggy Green. So our dam, Young Star, is a half-sister to this horse. Fun Star was decent. I enjoyed watching her go round. She raced 18 times in her career and she had 5 wins and 5 seconds. A lot of good fillies about in Australia. 10 of her 18 starts were in the first 2, and she managed to earn 1,108,575 new Australian dollars. She had some great battles and I enjoyed watching them all. She managed to win a Group 1 and 2 Group 2 races. She won the 2019 Flight Stakes, and she also won the 2019 T-Road Stakes Group 2 race and another Group 2 race, the Far Lap Stakes of 2020. She was also placed second in 3 more Group 1 races at Randwick, the Surround Stakes, the Queen of the Turf Stakes and the Epsom Handicap. And she was 4th in also another 2 Group 1 races, the Storm Queen Stakes and the Chipping Norton Stakes. Very good horse, exported to Japan. No surprise there. It's a success they've had with Fun Star with this horse. There's going to be some serious from Young Star. There's going to be some Fun Stars to follow in the few years, I think. It's fair to say. Be very interesting to see how this mare gets on. She is one of my favourites in those 2 years that she was going round in 2019 and 2020. Really was fun watching her go round. And yeah, very good horse, Fun Star. Very good line this, isn't it? We're going to take a look now at the second dam, Star Spangled. A mare born in 2003, sired by Danehill, legendary sire Danehill, out of User Friendly. Star Spangled, a mare, was only raced 6 times in her career. She was in the first 3 in half of her starts, 1 win, 1 second and 1 third. And she earned €10,923 in her career. Raced in Ireland and then exported to Australia, where we know that she is a black type producer from the horses we have just looked at. Found a couple more on the user-friendly line before it's time to look at the first classic winner on the line. Downtown. This filly died aged 4 years old, a mare born in 2004, sired by Danehill again, out of User Friendly. Downtown raced 6 times in her career, 2 wins and 1 second, finishing in the first 2 in half of her 6 starts, and she earned 49,419 UK pounds. She managed to win the Group 3 Give Thanks Stakes in Ireland as a 2-year-old in 2006, before, like I said, sadly dying, age 4. Been interesting to see what she would have produced. Another one we need to take a look at is Obsequious, a mare born in 2006, sired by Fusaki Pegasus. out of User Cat. People will see that User Friendly is the second dam of this horse, and she is also the dam of Star Spangled. Obsequious raced 26 times in her career, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 6 thirds. 10 of 26 in the first 3, but she only won 2 races. But she did manage to earn $202,797 US. Obsequious was second in 2 Group 3 races. So it's the third. She was second in the Group 3 Here Comes the Bride Stakes in 2009. And she was third in the Boiling Spring Stakes at Monmouth in the same year, 2009. So a dual Group 3 placed horse there. Obsequious. The other one we're going to look at is 2 Miles West. A bit of a dual purpose horse, this one. A gelding born in 2001. Had 45 runs in its career, according to these in total. 8 wins, 4 seconds and 4 thirds. Only earning $107,671. Owned by Michael Tabor and J.P. McManus, 2 of the biggest gamblers ever in the history of horse racing. You'll see that this one, sired by Sadler's Wells and out of User Friendly, hasn't got anything entered in the races. Another sloppy job done. So, but luckily, as the horse was trained in the UK, we can have a look at it on the Racing Post and see what the horse did. You see the horse was 6th in the 2004 Irish St Ledger behind Vinnie Rowe. The horse was also second, in the Group 3 2004 Queen's Vase behind Duke of Venice. So this was a pattern race horse on the flat with the best Racing Post rating of 113 in his career. But it was as a jumper he really made a bit of a mark. He was 3rd behind Boychuk there in the 2002 Sharp Novices Hurdle at Cheltenham, running to a mark of 137. He then managed to win a listed race there, a listed handicap hurdle in April 2007, the John Smith's handicap hurdle, where he beat God's Token by a head when ridden by Noel Feely. But he only ran to 129 on that day. He was a bit of a handicapper, really, to be fair to the horse. And his best ratings were 137 over hurdles, 129 over fences, 113 on the flat. So he didn't really find much else, did he, for hurdles and fences? Maybe he was a flat horse all along. 2 Miles West, but he had a decent career. Trained by John Joe and owned by Ireland's biggest gambler at the time, after leaving Coolmore with another of Ireland's probably second biggest gambler, Michael Tabor. Finally, let's take a look at the third dam of the horse, User Friendly, a mare born in 1989, sired by Slip Anchor out of Rostover. User Friendly raced 15 times in her career, 8 wins, a second and a third, managing to earn $969,281 UK pounds in her career. Triple Classic winner. The horse won the Oaks, the UK Oaks, the Irish Oaks, and the UK St Ledger, as well as winning the Yorkshire Oaks, the Grand Prix de Saint Cloud, also winner of a Delmar Allowance race, the Daily Star Oaks Trial at a listed race, and the Service Fillies Maiden, 3rd in the Yorkshire Oaks again. 1992 European Horse of the Year, won 4 Group races in a row, 4 Group 1 races in a row, including 3 classics. Owned, of course, by the Gredleys, one of probably the best UK fillies in her time, really, the early 90s. She was a top-class horse, and we've got her as the third dam of our horse. So we've got Group 1 winner. No, we haven't. Young Star is the Group 1 winner, and we've got User Friendly, who is also a Group 1 winner, Triple Classic winner. So the first 2 of the first 3 dams of our horse looking very, very strong, it's fair to say. All right, we're going to take a look at a few more now. We're going to keep showing you why this is a good horse. I like to ram home my points. Gender Agenda is one I did find. A mare born in 2011, sired by Holy Roman Emperor, out of a horse called Friendlier. People will see that this Friendlier is a sister to User Friendly, out of Rostover. Gender Agenda raced 19 times in her career, 5 wins, 3 seconds and 3 thirds. This sort of should be going down today with a name like that. 11 out of 19 starts in the first 3, and the horse managing to earn $287,358 in her career. Gender Agenda managed to win at 4 the Group 3 Robert J. Frankel Stakes of 2015, and she was also third in the Group 2 Goldikova Stakes held at Delmar as well. Group 2 placed Group 3 winner. Very good horse, sent to Japan in their pedigree as well. So no wonder Japan like this line. You can see why, can't you? But yeah, Gender Agenda, a good mare in her own right. Another one we need to take a look at now is Rostover. Rostover is the 4th dam of our horse, a mare born in 1981, sired by Blakeney out of Poppy Day. Rostover wasn't a bad horse, really. 13 starts, and she was in the first 2 in 8 of them. 4 wins and 4 seconds for a career earnings of $33,214 US. Rostover managed to finish 4th in the Group 3 Ormond Stakes. Was her best run and only close to pattern race form, 4th in the Ormond of 1985 at Chester. Other horses we need to take a look at now. Poppy Day. Poppy Day, I think, is the 5th dam, isn't she? Yeah, Poppy Day, the 5th dam of our horse, a mare born in 1968, sired by Soleil out of Red Poppy. Poppy Day, unfortunately, never troubled the judge in her 7 starts. No victories. Owned and bred by H.J. Joel and trained by Tom War at Sefton Lodge in Newmarket. She was dark brown with 1 white sock on her near hind. She was pretty enough to have made a show hunter and really nice to look after. When ridden, she was easy moving and fearless, according to that version everyone who raced. Contradictory, but they made her sound good in that little paragraph, didn't they? I don't know where it came from. But yeah, not much on the track to warrant much of a look, really. And there's Fun Star again. Why is she open? She's been open twice. She must have been, mustn't she? But that is one. That is a tab that we do not need. The next one we need to take a look at is George Monarch, another horse that raced in Japan in 1985, sired by Mill George out of Red Signal. George Monarch had 39 starts in his career, 11 wins, 5 seconds and 3 thirds. 19 of his starts in the first 3, 39. Again, though, unusually, there's not much there. There's not much there. The horse did win a Group 3 race, but even Net Khyber must have been. Net Khyber's only listed the group races now. Look, as far back as 1990. So maybe Net Khyber's quite unreliable after that. People see that the horse won the 1991 Group 3 All-Comers race. The Sankei Show All-Comers. That race is now. It was also second in the race the year before. So this horse was also second in a couple of open races. It ran in a few Group 1 races as well. A couple of dirt races. The horse had a decent career. Raced in 11 pattern races, I'm going to call that. Wasn't a total, because these people are telling us that the horse has raced 39 times. So we know that that's incomplete. But the horse was a Group 3 winner out in Japan. George Monarch. The next one we need to take a look at is Pretty Pollyanna. This one more in the current day, a filly, born in 2016, sired by Oasis Dream out of Unix Mona Lisa. People will see that Rostover was the 3rd dam of this horse. It says out of Friendlier as well. We had another one out of her as well, didn't we? Pretty Pollyanna raced 11 times in her career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and a third. 6 out of 11 starts in the first 3. And she managed to earn £402,129 in Great Britain, France and Ireland. Pretty Pollyanna is a Group 1 winner. She won the Prix Morny in France as a 2-year-old in 2018. She also won the Duchess of Cambridge Stakes, Group 2. 3rd in the Fillies Mile and 4th in the Cheveley Park Stakes. She was also the runner-up in a classic, 2nd in the Irish 1,000 guineas of 2019. She was also placed in the listed Hopeful Stakes as well. And she finished 4th in the July Cup. Safe to say, really, that despite being classic placed at 3, she was better at 2. She was getting her head in front at 2. So that's another one. Pretty Pollyanna. Decent enough animal, that one, it's fair to say. We're now going to take a look at Red Shoes. Red Shoes, a mare, born in 1948, believe it or not. And the horses just keep coming. Red Shoes, a Guineas winner, I think. Oh no, she won the Falmouth and was 2nd in the Yorkshire Oaks in her career. Red Shoes, sired by Warusel, out of Picture Play. And people wondering where these horses fit in to our line. Picture Play is the third dam of Poppy Day, the fifth dam of our horse. So we're getting real. We're having a proper look now, deep in the pedigree of our horse. Red Shoes we looked at, not really telling us much. Falmouth Stakes, second in the Yorkshire Oaks. Another awful effort. Whoever updated this really shouldn't have bothered. Didn't tell me how many times the horse won or anything. Awful. The next horse we're going to take a look at is Japon Ismi. Japon Ismi, a gelding, born in 2012, sired by Schwazir, out of Haiku. And people will see, if they go back far enough, that this is actually on the same line as our horse. Got Melody Hour and Arvonia. Don't quite know where it fits in, but I can assure you it does. You will see that if we go back to Arvonia, it must be out of Red Shoes or something. Yeah, Red Shoes is the seventh dam of Arvonia, who is the fifth dam of Japon Ismi. Japon Ismi raced 30 times in his career, 6 wins, 1 second and 6 thirds. 13 of 30 starts in the first 3 for career earnings of $1,288,865 Australian dollars. Japon Ismi won the Coolmore Stud Stakes of 2015. Of course, also won the Group 2 Royal Sovereign Stakes at Randwick and the 2015 San Domenico Stakes at Rosehill. Bit of a sprinter, this one, it's fair to say. Also placed in another 4 Group 1 races, the Lightning Stakes, the William Reid Stakes, the BTC Cup, and the Manicato. So, yeah, definite sprinter, this horse. Also placed in the Group 2 Roman Consul Stakes, but did win a Group 1. Fair play to it, the gelding. The next one we need to take a look at is Capla Temptress, a mare born in 2015, sired by Lope de Vega, out of Mrs. Beaton, who was born in 2006. You'll see there that Arvonia is also the fifth dam of Capla Temptress. Capla Temptress raced 16 times in her career, 5 wins, 2 seconds and a third. In the first 3.5 of her 16 starts, earnings of $455,876 US dollars, according to this site. Capla Temptress was a Group 1 winner. She won the Natalma Stakes at 2, a Group 1 race in 2017. She was also third in the Sweet Solera Stakes the same year at Newmarket. Fourth in the French 1000 Guineas of 2019 in France. She was also second in the Group 2 Lake Placid Stakes, as well as a winner of the Group 3 My Charmer Stakes out in America at 3. At 4, she won a couple more stakes. She won another stakes race, but it was at 2 and 3 she won her pattern races. Group 1 winner at 2, and Group 2 placed Group 3 winner and Classic 4th at 3. First 3 starts in the UK, then sent to the USA. Raced in the UK, Canada, USA and France. Owned by Team Valor International and Juddmonte Farms after that. Interesting horse, Capla Temptress, it's fair to say. We're going to take a look now at some older horses. West Side Story, a mare born in 1959. People see that the horse we looked at not so long ago, Red Shoes. It's actually the dam of this horse, and it was bred by Rockefeller, the stallion. Red Side Story won 2 of his 6 starts, earning $14,159 UK dollars, and this horse won the Yorkshire Oaks and was second in the UK Oaks and third in the 1000 Guineas. So this was padded out a little bit more. So dual classic placed Group 1 winner, West Side Story in her career. Next one we're going to take a look at is Pembroke Castle, a horse born in 1967, sired by Henry VII, out of Red Shoes again. Pembroke Castle raced 16 times in his career, managing to win 5. Don't know how many times the horse was placed. 26,338 US dollars the horse earned. Pembroke Castle won the Robin House Stakes, and as a 5-year-old was third in the Group 2 Prince of Wales Stakes behind Brigadier Gerard. Based in Great Britain and France, and was a sire in Australia. The next one we're going to take a look at is Picture Play. This is even further back. This is one of the direct dams, isn't it? The Poppy Day, you'll see that Picture Play is the third dam after Red Shoes. Why did I include this one? Oh, yeah, it's a classic winner. Picture Play won the UK 1,000 guineas while they were fighting a war in 1944. Relatives of Newman identified horses were winning classics, getting their priorities right. 6 starts, 3 victories, and 1/3 earning of $7,022 US at the time, winner of the UK 1,000 guineas. So when people talk about war horses, you know, Newman's bringing you horses related to them very horses, just so you know. Some things you might not realise what is happening in these videos. Picture Play again. Where she fits in to Eri King, though, is a fair way away, it's fair to say. There's Poppy Day is the 5th dam of Eri King. Yeah, you see, we really are digging in deep now to the 8th dam of our horse. Was a Guineas winner. You know, what a deep dam line. It really is fantastic, this horse. Got a few more to look at. Queen of Light, a mare born in 1949. This one is out of Picture Play, sired by Borealis. So we've got a classic winning war horse producing good horses here. Queen of Light won 3 of her 9 starts and was placed second in another 3. Earnings of 14,827 UK pounds in her career. Queen of Light won the Child Stakes, which is now the Falmouth, and she also won the Criterion Stakes in her career, 3rd in the Cheveley Park Stakes of 1951. The next one we're going to take a look at is Picture Light, a mare born in 1954, sired by Court Marshall, who herself is out of Queen of Light. So what we've got here is classic winning war horses, producing good pattern race winning horses, while producing pattern race winning horses as well, just so people know. No, this horse was never out of the first 2 in 9 starts, 4 wins and 5 places. Picture Light won the Prince of Wales Stakes, the Scarborough Stakes, the Hungerford Stakes, and the Prendergast Stakes, and is also the dam of Welsh Pageant, the champion older male in England of the time, a horse I chose for some reason not to have open in the tabs. Yeah, this Welsh Pageant is on this line as well. Next one we're going to take a look at is Chandelier. Chandelier, a mare born in 1955, 8 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds and a third. This horse won the Welsh Stakes in England, sent to Kentucky in 1964, died in 1976 after winning less than £1,000 in her career. She won the Welsh Stakes, though. This one was also out of Queen of Light, Chandelier. And this is the one, really, that takes us to the current day, because this one can be found in a few pedigrees of stallions that are still at stud. One of them is Lawman, a horse born in 2004, sired by Invincible Spirit out of Laramie. People will see that Chandelier is the 5th dam of Lawman. Lawman raced 7 times in his career, 4 wins and a second, for earnings of €1,149,960 in his career. Lawman, a classic winner of the French Derby of 2007. Horse also won the Group 1 Prix Jean Prat the same year, and also won the Group 3 Prix de Guiche, and was placed 4th in the Prix de Fontainebleau. Entered stud in 2004 and 8. Spent 10 years at Ballylunch Stud in Ireland before heading to Harras de Grandchamp in France. In 2019, he's now currently standing at Harras du Meze for a stud fee of €4,000 at the moment. If we take a look at his stud record, you'll see that Lawman has sired plenty of horses. Lawman has sired 1,112 horses in his stud career. 904 of them have ran, and between them 526 horses have won 1,521 races between them. The horse has sired 39 individual stakes winners, who between them have won 57 stakes races, and the horse has also sired 23 individual graded stakes winners, who are responsible for 32 graded races. Crop's dying off a bit now, 28, 33 and 20 in the last 3 years, but this horse sired 146 foals in 2014 and did quite well. At 2, 3 and 4, people seem to have a chance. Look, siring a decent horse. And over distances, the graded winners came anything above 7 furlongs. There was the odd stakes winner over 5 to 6 furlongs, but all the graded winners came over 7 furlongs. Newman sire, there's decent stallion. You'll see there that in the countries, this horse is not really, has been quite exposed. It's not really limited to one area. 397 have gone round in Britain, 301 have gone round in France, 197 in Ireland, 62 in Germany, 50 in Italy, and over 10 in a few other areas. Where's he been most successful? Hard to say, really. The stallion is pretty, in Australia's done quite well. And in Italy, he's done quite well. But mainly in Canada, where one of his horses who ran there did race 21 times between them, but did win a graded race. Best progeny of Lawman, according to this, is just the judge. I suppose that's fair. It did win the Irish 1,000 guineas. Just the judge. Pretty gorgeous. Joint champion 2-year-old filly in Britain and Ireland. Won the Newmarket Fillies Mile. Second in the debutante. Law Enforcement Rocket Flyer, that went to Hong Kong. Champion 2-year-old colt in Italy in 2012. Won the Grand Criterium. Harbour Law, another Ledger winner. That won the UK St Ledger. So this also has sired classic winners. Marcel, people might remember that one, won the Racing Post Trophy. Some interesting horses sired by Lawman along the way, it's fair to say. The next stallion still at stud is out in Japan, Cape Blanco. Cape Blanco, a horse born in 2007, sired by Galileo out of Laurel Delight. People will say again that Chandelier is the 5th dam of this horse. Cape Blanco raced 15 times in his career, 9 wins and 1 second. 10 out of 15 in the first 2. The horse earned $3,855,665 US dollars. Cape Blanco, classic winner of the Irish Derby of 2010. The horse also won the Irish Champion Stakes. The horse also won the Dante. Second in the King George. This was a good horse. At 4, the horse won the Man of War Stakes in the US. The horse also won the Arlington Million in the US as well. And the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic Invitational as well as winning the Futurity and the Tyros at 2. Group 2 and Group 3 races. Very good horse, Cape Blanco. Into stud in 2012 at Ashford Stud, settled to New Zealand. And in 2015 moved to the JBBA Shizunai Stallion Station in Japan. And he still shuttles, according to these, to Cambridge Stud in New Zealand in 2015. Still entered at the JBBU Kyushu Stallion Station for €100,000. 100,000 yen, in 2025. Again, look at 2013. This horse sired 166 foals in his first crop and then blew it totally, siring only 2 stakes winners. And then after that, is it any wonder that people slowly but surely lost interest in the horse? But a few went round. 787 foals have been born, 617 of them have ran. And between them, 322 winners have won 792 races. The horse has sired 9 individual stakes winners and 3 individual graded winners. But people will notice there that none of them have won multiple races. Graded winners come in at 3 and 4. The graded winners have come again at 7 furlongs and 1 mile. So this has to go down. That's quite a disappointing stallion, really, considering what the horse did on the track, it's fair to say. 191 have gone round in Japan, 194 in the US, 98 in New Zealand, 48 in Australia, 21 in Canada, and 28 in Great Britain. So this stallion was never really shown to the British public, despite having a record. And you'll see there that no Cape Blanco horse has ever won a race in Ireland. So, yeah, you'd have to say that this really has to go down as a pretty poor stallion, albeit quite a well-bred one. Cape Blanco. The last horse we're going to take a look at is Crystal Palace. A mare born in 1956. 9 starts, 5 wins, a second and a third, $18,026. This horse sired by Solar Slipper, another one out of Queen of Light. Horse won the Scarborough Stakes at York. Was it at York? It's at Doncaster these days, and that's not just a misprint. Won the Newham Foal Stakes, don't know what that race was. Won the Falmouth Stakes, I know what they've done, they've listed the tracks. Foal Stakes, and Newham doesn't, a track that doesn't exist anymore then. Newmarket, the horse won the Falmouth and the horse also won the Nassau Stakes at Goodwood. So this horse won races that are now Group 1 races back in the late 50s, when this horse was running also third in the QE2, which is now a Group 1 race as well. Not a bad horse, Crystal Palace, it's fair to say. Where does all this fit in the historical database station on a site that is still down, still having to use the Wayback Machine to find these horses? Well, there's our section there. You'll see that Picture Play, the British 1000 Guineas winner that we looked at, born in 1941, is all the way up here. There's Red Show, there's Arvonia, one we've also looked at. Could have shown you a New Zealand Oaks winner from 2000 as well, Tapildo. And there's User Friendly. So there's our little section really. Red Poppy, Poppy Day, Rostover, User Friendly. There is Queen of Light, leading us all the way to them ones that we looked at. Could have shown you a Czech Derby winner there. There is Chandelier. That shows you the Lawman and Kate Blanco section. There's Welsh Pageant there. Didn't win a classic. Sired in 1966. Older horse, it did say though, didn't it? But yeah, some very interesting horses on this line. Even if people think there's Crystal Palace's section there, I could have gone mad on that section and showed you another 20 horses. But I'm nice to you like that. And I emphasise my point, but I don't labour it. And that would have definitely been labouring it, opening all them on descending from Crystal Palace. But yeah, very interesting horse, it's fair to say. Eri King. I think personally the horse has already proved that it is some sort of classic horse by running in 2 classics already. So now I think it's just a matter of closing down a few tabs to save on CPU and maybe watching the horse win 3 races. Let's just let that process catch up with all the closed tabs that we've closed down. And now, what is quite difficult to show Japanese races. So what I'm going to have to do to line them up properly is I'm going to have to pause this video and get them ready. So I will be back shortly, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Yeah, the problem stems from the fact that they open their races up in new windows, not in the same window. They open up a new tab, sorry, not windows. So the way OBS works, it recognises windows, really. So what I need to do is I need to do some sort of what you would describe as a scene directing. You know, I've got to move the scene from this screen here to this. And now we should be ready to watch the first race, which is the maiden Eri King won at Kyoto on June the 23rd, 2024. So let's watch this race now and see what we think, shall we?
先々も楽しみな新馬戦収まりました8頭スタートしました。好スタートは7番オニムシャ、9番のシーク、後方から8番のサラコスティといった体勢です。8頭がバックストレッチを目指していきます。内から1番のディクシャ、それから5番セディバン、この2頭が競り合うような格好、後続を4馬身5馬身離して周回コースに入りました。1番のディクシャと5番のセディバン、2頭がまだ競り合っています。その後ろ4馬身3馬身、徐々に馬群が詰まっていって7番のオニムシャ単独3番手、差がなく9番のシーク、その差2馬身になりました。1馬身差3番のポッドエルマー、あと外を通って6番のエリキング、ペースが落ちています。内から2番のウィンポセイドン、後方から2頭目、最後方から8番のサラコスティです。先頭からおしまいまでは8馬身ぐらいの圏内でバックストレッチ坂の上りに入っています。1番のディクシャが先頭、内回り外回り分かれ道を通って1番のディクシャ、菅原明騎手がやや促しながらといった感じに見えますが、5番のセディバンと並んで間もなく坂の頂点です。3番手外シーク、内から7番のオニムシャ、今800切りました。 1000m は1分4秒4での通過、坂の下りに入っています。それから6番エリキング、そして内3番ポッドエルマー、最内2番のウィンポセイドン、最後方8番のサラコスティ、変わらず600切りました。馬群詰まって先頭からおしまいまでは5馬身の圏内。 1番のディクシャに5番のセリバン並んでいって、3番手外目から坂の下りで進出、6番エリキング4コーナーから直線に向きました。その一つ内にいるのは9番のシーク、最内を狙って7番のオリムシャ、5頭広がった。あとは大外に出した8番のサラコスティは5、6番手、先頭抜けた6番のエリキングが先頭に立つ。200を切った2番手8番のサラコスティがエリキングを追っている。9番のシーク3番手、先頭は6番エリキング、8番サラコスティ2番手エリキングデビュー勝ちゴールイン。2番手8番サラコスティ、3番手9番シーク。主の芝コース勝ちタイム1分52秒1、絆3区エリキングデビュー勝ちです。
Very good performance, I thought that was. Not many horses from Japan storm down the outside like that. They're normally a bit nearer to the rail than they were with Eri King's race there on debut at Chukio, I think it was, or Kyoto. I can't remember where it ran. It made stay Kyoto. My mistake. Very good performance. We're going to miss out his second race victory, which came in an open race, and we're going to go straight to his third race victory. Was a pattern race, Group 3, pattern race in Japan. I think he won the Sapporo Nisai Stakes, Group 3 race. So again, I will have to pause the video for a quick second, and I will line it up, and then I will be back. Hello everybody, welcome back. Things are going quite well today with the old scene selection. I could have done this live and looked genius, but sometimes they tend to do their own thing, or it's more a case of me not being entirely sure what I'm doing. You know, I'm 51 years on this planet and I've winged a lot of it. It was actually the Kyoto High Nisai Stakes the horse managed to win, not the Sapporo Nisai. So I should be able now to do a little bit of a scene selecting again. And we should have the race. There we go. So now, without further ado, let's watch this race and see what we think. The Kyoto Nisai Stakes.
岩田康成騎手を背にスリーキングスが7番ゲートに入って8頭ゲートイン完了。スタートしました。8番エリキング5分のスタートを切りました。まず先行争いは3番ウォータークラーク先頭に立って追って7番スリーキングス2番手インの3番手が2番サラコスティ、さらに最内1番テイクイットオール、やや2番のサラコスティが前に上がっていきました。8番エリキングは今前から5頭目、その後が5番クラウディアイ、6番ローレルオーブ、4番ジョバンニ最後方、8頭1コーナーから2コーナーへ隊列ができてきて、3番ウォータークラークが先頭、リードをやや広げて2馬身3馬身と広げて2コーナーに入ります。単独2番手が2番サラコスティ、まもなく向こう上面、また2馬身半空いて3番手が7番スリーキングス、インの4番手1番テイクイットオール、5番手追走8番のエリキングです。先頭までは7、8馬身、ここから3、4馬身空いて5番のクラウディアイ、向こう上面中ほどを通過していきます。6番のローレルオーブが後方から2頭目、最後方は4番のジョバンニ、3コーナーを目指していきます。最初の 1000m の通過1分1秒9と計測されて、内回りの3コーナーへと向かっていきます。3番ウォータークラーク、武豊騎手のペースです。リード1馬身半少し詰まりました。2番サラコスティが2番手、馬群凝縮してきて1番テイクイットオール、8番エリキング、3番手の外3、4コーナー、中間内回りの3コーナーです。その後が7番スリーキングス、4番ジョバンニが後ろからポジションを上げていきました。6番ローレルオーブ、5番クラウディアイ、8頭一段で4コーナーに入っていきます。3番ウォータークラーク先頭で、2番サラコスティが2番手から先頭に並びかけて400を切りました。3番手ジョッキー盛んに手を動かして8番エリキング、3番手で4コーナーから直線に向きます。直線先頭は3番のウォータークラーク、リード1馬身、馬場の3分所を通っています。2番手はサラコスティ、エリキング、外は4番ジョバンニ、残り 150m で8番エリキングがここで先頭に抜け出してくる。追いすがって4番ジョバンニ、2番手3番手5番のクラウディアイ、8番エリキング3戦3勝ゴールイン。8番エリキング3戦3勝で重賞制覇です。
Again, you have to say there that the horse just flies home down the outside whenever he likes, doesn't he? Looking at these two races, I mean, that was, again, I would say a fairly comfortable Group 3 victory. The horse at no point looked as though the jockey was flat out on it, unless that's just the way they ride horses out in Japan, but the horse looked as though he had plenty left as he crossed the line to secure his first pattern race victory there in the Group 3 Kyoto Nisei towards the end of 2024. We're going to move forward now to 2025. The horse had already sadly been beaten in the Japanese 2,000 guineas and the Derby. So he came to the Grade 2 Kobe Shimbun High in early September 2025 on somewhat of a retrieval mission, it's fair to say. So what we'll do is, again, I will have to unfortunately pause the video to cover for my own inadequacies, which I don't mind doing. You know, it's not like I'm trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to tell you I'm telling you what I'm doing. So without further ado, I will stop the video now, pause the video, sorry, now, and I will try and line up the last race we're going to try and watch on this horse, the Grade 2 Kobe Shimbun High. I'll be back shortly. Hello everybody and welcome back to the video. Yeah, we've got it all lined up now. That one was a bit of an effort. The trouble is, when you close it down, it don't necessarily pick it back up again. You just have to wait for it to find the window. It's really, the window was always there. I've just switched from one race to another. But we've finally got there. The window is now ready to go. This is the Grade 2 Kobe Shimbun High. And all I should have to do really is just press play. And the internet has gone. Oh, we've had our first internet attack of the video. So again, unfortunately, I need to pause the video and restart the internet. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Yeah, the internet looks to have been fixed. Just had to log back in again. And hopefully now we should be okay to just watch this last race, the Grade 2 Kobe Shimbun High, and see what we think.
収まってゲートイン完了です。スタートしました。エリキング5部に出ました。スタンド前、どの馬が逃げていくか。内目から3番アルマデオロ、そして5番の翔平も前へ。2頭の外に7番ボンドロア、4番手インコースに2番ジョバンニです。1馬審査9番デルアバーは中段からスタンド前から1コーナー、2馬身がいて1番ライトトラック、中段後方に10番エリキングが構えます。また2馬身がいて8番パッションリッチ、後ろから3頭目開いて後方2頭、6番サンライズバブル、4番ジョイボーイが一番後ろになりました。隊列はややばらけて2コーナーのカーブ。先手は7番ボンドロは今日は逃げの手、リードを1馬身で向こう正面に入れます。2番手に3番アルマデオロです。1馬身半がいて3番手外、5番の翔平、このうちに2番のジョバンニが並ぶ形になりました。2馬身がいて9番デルアバー、内に1番ライトトラック、ここも2頭並ぶ形。この1馬身半後ろが10番のエリキングです。先頭までは8馬身から9馬身、インコース8番のパッションリッチが並んで追走。 1000m は1分2秒6で通過していきました。1馬身半差、後ろから2頭目6番サンライズバブル、一番後ろが4番のジョイボーイとなりました。前から後ろまでは10馬身ぐらい、少し隊列は短くなって外回りの3コーナーにかかっていきます。逃げていく7番のボンドロア、リードは1馬身半です。2番手に3番アルマデオロ、残り 1000m 切りました。順番変わりません。1馬身差、3番手外目5番の翔平、依然として2番のジョバンニはこれに並ぶ形になりました。2馬身がいて中段1番ライトトラック、外に9番テルアバー、800を切ってじわっと動きます。1馬身半差、後方から4頭目10番のエリキング、その後ろパッションリッチ、サンライズバブル、依然一番後ろ4番ジョイボーイ、それほど隊列に動きがないまま600を切って外回りの4コーナーカーブ。7番ボンドロは先頭ですが3番アルバデオロがじわっと接近。翔平3番手外に持っていく、直線コースへ向かって内を狙うか2番のジョバンニです。前が広がってきた、その後ろから外に持ち出そうとするライトトラックデルアバー、大外から10番のエリー・キング、さあ足足を伸ばしてくる、広がっての追い比べになったアルバデオロ、わずかに外から翔平が抜け出そうとするところ、200を切って10番のエリー・キング連れて9番デルアバーが追い込んでくるが、先頭を抜けた5番の翔平ですが、外から10番のエリー・キングが迫ってくる。翔平、エリー・キング、エリー・キングだ、ゴールイン。2番手は5番の翔平、2番新外手2番のジョバンニ、3番手捉えました。10番エリー・キング。
Again, very good performance there by Eri King. He only just got there from the shadow of the post. Might be worth mentioning there that there was a Newman horse beaten in that race back in third, Giovanni. So, and Giovanni, the same horse, was also beaten second in the Kyoto Nisai Stakes, the race we looked at earlier. So he's already beaten a Newman horse twice, this horse, Eri King, and he's already ran in 2 classics. Pretty good horse, I think it's fair to say. This will probably be the last scene choice we have to do. So without further ado, I think now it's sort of time where we can think about ending the video now and deciding whether we think Eri King is a classic horse. Well, he's already ran in 2. So it seems to me probably quite clear that he is. You know, is he good enough to win the Japanese St. Leger? You know, I've got no idea what's going to turn up in that race this year. We took out the race last year with one that might have won this race. I know it won a trial before the race. Urban Chic came out and won the Japanese St. Leger for us on a Classic Watch 2024. It was the only Japanese classic we managed to take out before the race last year. So it'd be very rude not to try again. Eri King definitely deserves his video at this stage as a Classic Watch 25 possible. And if the horse was to line up in the Japanese St. Leger in October, you will see him on the great site. Right, I think I can leave this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody who has taken the time to join me and watch this video. It's been an absolute pleasure to make. I'm sure it's been an absolute pleasure to watch as well. Maybe in amazement at how good all these horses are and how long. I've been showing you horses, war horses in this one. This horse is historically sound and it stands the test of time. Eri King. Will it prove to be a classic horse in 2025? Time will tell. What I will do is I will leave you a playlist to watch. In this video, I will leave you a copy of all the Classic Watch 25 possibles at this stage, because Eri King is not a Classic Watch horse yet. So I will leave you all the possibles at this stage so you can look at every single Classic Watch 25 possible if you want. Just sit there and start the playlist and learn. All right? And then what I will also do at the end of the video is I will also give everybody an opportunity who has watched this video and has chosen not to subscribe to the channel. I will give you all an opportunity to subscribe to the channel as well. That way you will not miss any more of my content moving forward. You know, subscribing to my channel in no way helps me. You know, the YouTube channel only exists so I can embed my own videos into my own website. I'm not one of these people that's going to sit here and say, oh, to watch more videos, you need to subscribe, because that's just not true. It's up to you whether you choose one, whether you want to subscribe to the channel or not. Is it in your best interest? Well, of course it is, because it means whenever I make a video, you won't miss it. You know, that's the only reason subscription exists on YouTube, to help the user. But for now, I think I will end this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody who has watched the video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. What have we got coming up? Like I said, Art Week this week, so I'm hoping for a pretty quiet week this week, just leading in to Art Weekend at Longchamp. That means probably, obviously, Sun Chariot Stakes weekend at Newmarket as well. But for now, I will leave this video here. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of the week and upcoming weekend. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and goodbye.